Hey, KBLX Nation, it's Nikki Thomas, afternoons 3 to 8, 102.9 KBLX R&B and Old School. Very special guest today. All right, we have a movement happening. Your vote, your voice, our fight, presented by AARP California. We wanted to check in with some folks to get you encouraged and inspired to get out and vote this year. He is a legendary rapper, community activist, music producer, and neighborhood philanthropist. We're using some big words on you today. Please welcome Too Short.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I can see that you're on the move today.
Well, I was gonna drive and talk, but then I said, "Nah, let me pull over." So I'm just kind of in traffic, pulled off to the side. I'm on a busy street, but it's low key.
I love that you took a moment out of your day to connect with us and kind of put this very special message out to the folks who are watching today. So very important election right around the corner. And I understand that there's a lot of folks who, you know, might need a little help, might need a little more information, and might need a little bit of a push. So, you know, of course, we're not here to judge. You know, we're just here to, like I said, inspire people a little bit. So I want you to talk to us a little bit about why it's important for folks to vote right now, because I'm seeing lots of different messages and I'm seeing lots of different situations. Some people are saying that they've never voted before. You know, I don't see why it's that important. Does it really count? What do you have to say to folks who have a doubt?
I think that a very important part of it is that that we get lost in the presidential election, and we don't realize that there are a lot of other things at stake other than just who becomes president. So when it comes to, you know, voting season, I like to call it, you kind of got to get informed on your local politics and see what's going on around your area and what things that you really might not want to go down or things that you really might want to happen. And if the presidential race doesn't motivate you, because I have this conversation with a lot of people off the record, and they're just like, I'm not motivated. And then somebody always chimes in and says, well, are you motivated about your community? You know, like you care about what goes on where you live. So I think that that's the bigger picture of it. And people tend to put that in a smaller perspective and say that the local stuff is a small part of it. And are you really going in to go, who's my next president? But your next president is not really going to affect your community necessarily in the next 4 years as much as the local politics will. So I know that the big programs and everything get changed with Democrats and Republicans, but I still feel like if you care, get in there and just put your vote somewhere that matters and show that you care. Like you could be in the back of your mind thinking it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It's showing that you're willing to get up and get out and participate and better your world and the world the world that we're leaving for the ones that follow us. So I think too many people sit back and don't do anything. And I think that if there have been times where I voted and didn't vote, and I just kind of personally feel like now is not that time to sit back and watch the sidelines.
Wow. Thank you so much for all of this great energy. Thank you for pulling over to talk to us and making us a part of your day. Legendary rapper.
Save the world.
Save the world. We got to save the world, save ourselves, save everything. And we can do so much with the power of voting. It's a very powerful action. So, you know, that's it right there. Just that one simple action right there. Legendary rapper, community activist, music producer. And that's my favorite one, neighborhood philanthropist. Legendary, Too Short. Thank you so much.
Back in the traffic. See you later, all right?
All right, hon. Thank you.
Thank you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, KBLX Nation, give it up. The legendary Too Short, our guest today for this very special occasion. AARP California presents Your Vote, Your Voice, Our Fight, KBLX Nation. Let's see who we have in the room. I saw so many people checking in saying, hey, I voted. Hey, Too Short, I voted. This is a wonderful thing. I see you, Patty. Wyman Boyington, I love it. Wyman says, thank you. It matters. The larger percentage of voters in the community also get their roads fixed. When you don't vote, they know you don't care. You better preach in here, Wyman. You better preach. Okay. So, welcome, family, and welcome to all the folks who have been with us. This is our second in this wonderful series. Um, AARP and KBLX have come together to bring this to you to make absolutely certain. You've been watching the news and you see that people are coming out and making sure that they're registered. People are voting early. This has not happened in these numbers before, and it's a wonderful thing to see. So, AARP is the nation's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to empowering people ages 50 plus to choose how they live as they age. AARP strengthens communities and advocates for what matters most to families. And this important year, AARP is fighting to make sure your voice is heard in the 2020 election. Okay, so we have another special guest today. All right, we just got all kinds of special, wonderful, beautiful people. I see you, Darnaro. I see you. I see you, Grace Sonia. Patty said, my mama voted too. Well, hallelujah, Patty. Thank you so much. So our next guest, let's just keep it moving. Joining us today for an important discussion on voting in the 2020 election is AARP California Executive Council member, Juanita Dawson. How are you today, sis?
Great, doing great. Thank you so much, Nikki. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, and you look amazing. You got the whole like news anchor thing. If I had known, I would
Oh,
have gotten myself together, Juanita.
thank you so much. I am
Yes,
just so excited.
thank you so much for all of this great energy. You got like a bright popping color on. So I think that just adds to our enthusiasm. Okay, so 2020, let's talk about 2020.
All right, all right. Well, thank you to you, Nikki, and all the viewers. 2020 is a historic year for many reasons, and one in particular is that it's an election year, and there's so much at stake as our nation battles a pandemic, and as many Americans face economic hardship. And with that, voting is more important than ever. And AARP California wants you all to know your options for voting safely, whether it's in person or at home. So now, last week, we did talk about the first step you can take to make sure your voice is heard, and that is registering to vote. So you can do that online, registertovote.ca.gov, or by phone, of course, 800-345-VOTE. But this week, I'm joining you today to talk about volunteering or working the election polls. There's an urgent need for more poll workers this election, and we need to ensure that in-person voting is still an accessible and safe option for us.
Okay, so yeah, so I think we said it a million times. We'll say it a million more times. Yes, so make sure that you're registered to vote, and please do vote. Okay, and so now you said there is an urgent need for more poll workers this election. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, Nikki, America is really facing a record shortage of poll workers this year due to the coronavirus. And yes, and according to a research study, analysis of government data, nearly 6 in 10 poll workers were ages 61 and up in 2018 and 2016. So now with COVID-19, we know many of the usual poll workers may not be able to work as poll workers, or they don't feel safe as a poll worker for this election. So not only has the pandemic impacted folks signing up to work the polls, many communities already faced poll worker shortages prior to this. And the 2016 U.S. Election Assistance Commission found that 2/3 of jurisdictions already had difficult time recruiting enough poll workers on election day. So, Nikki, the reality is our democracy depends on ordinary people who make sure elections run smoothly and everyone's vote is counted. So that's why AARP launched a Power the Polls initiative to enlist poll workers of all ages this November in collaboration with the Association of Young Americans, Power the Polls, and New Leaders Council. The Power the Polls initiative is also working with local organizations and partners to help election officials provide the necessary protocols to keep poll workers and voters safe. And so for more information, visit powerthepolls.org/AARP. Nikki, and to our viewers, it is important to note that this unprecedented shortage of poll workers threatens our democracy, puts our older populations at risk, and disappropriately affects the low-income communities and communities of color. So this is a historic moment for first-time poll workers to sign up to protect their communities, their neighbors, and their democracy. So we must do everything we can to ensure the continued accessibility and safety of in-person voting.
Wowzer. Okay, so Patty was asking, how do you sign up to work the polls? This is where you get the information right here, powerthepolls.org/AARP. See, now we said share the video. There's all kinds of good information in here for folks. And, I know somebody on your friends list. You might not even know that they want or would be interested in such a thing. You just have to put the information out there. And we're asking you to do that because, we want to make the information everywhere you look.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? I was just watching something like this. Nikki and this lovely lady from AARP were just talking about it. It's already on my Facebook wall, girl. Go look. Go look. Yes. So this is amazing. So Patty says she shared it and Amira says she has voted. Thank you guys so much. Okay. So all of this great information here. All right. So now we know why it's important to sign up to be a poll worker, but can you tell us what it means to be an election poll worker? What is it?
Absolutely, Nikki. Absolutely. A poll worker, it is a paid position that requires you to serve as an election worker on election day and election night. That's November 3rd. And some responsibilities include setting up and closing the polling place, helping voters understand their rights, protecting ballots and voting equipment, and helping voters maintain the physical distance in lines, and wiping down and sanitizing machines and equipment. A poll worker will receive their own personal protective equipment as well, and voter centers will be taking measures to ensure the safety of poll workers. All poll workers will be trained, though, prior to working at a vote center, and the training times and curriculum will vary according to the staffing opportunity and the county.
Lots of opportunity here. KBLX Nation, lots of opportunity. I just thought I'd use my fancy accent to add a little impact. Okay, so Juanita, who can sign up to be an election poll worker? I'm sure there's some qualifications in here.
Right, just a few. To serve as a poll worker, you must be a registered California voter or legal resident of the U.S. who would be eligible to vote except for your citizenship status. Or to serve as a high school poll worker, a student must be a U.S. citizen or legal permanent resident, be at least 16 years old on election day, attend a public or private high school, have at least a 2.4 grade point average, get permission from your parents and school, and attend a training session. So while some counties have filled their English-speaking poll worker positions, there's still an urgent need to recruit bilingual poll workers across the state. So viewers, if your county has filled the position that you're interested in, it is important to know that you do not need to work as an election poll worker in the county you live in. You can support a county outside of your residence.
Oh, see, Juanita, we didn't know any of I didn't know any of this. So the baby's 16 years old
16.
and up.
Private school, public school, 2.4 grade point average. Yes, you can.
Oh, look at this. I see some babies going to work.
Yes.
For this election season.
Going to work.
Yeah, I see that happening. This is amazing. And so what are some of the benefits of being a poll worker?
A great question, Nikki. Some great reasons why you should be a poll worker include being civically engaged and assisting voters, also contributing to your community, And it's an opportunity to earn extra money. Yes, poll workers are paid. The amount varies by county.
Oh, see, I was today years old when I found all of this out. Juanita, I love this, being civically engaged and
Mhm,
assisting
mhm.
voters.
Yes.
You can only explain so much. Like when we talk about like putting the babies, if you're
Mhm.
16, you can only explain so much. That one experience, just it's like they say, a picture is
Exactly.
worth 1,000 words.
Mhm,
That's not a whole
mhm.
lot of explaining. It's like, hey, here's an experience that's going to stick with you. And I
Yes,
mean, it's for
yes.
any of us of all ages, but
Mhm,
I think the
mhm.
young people in particular.
Yeah, it makes them feel a part, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, at any age, being amongst the people, being involved in your civic duty. So
Mhm.
it's really a good thing. Really a
I
good
love
thing.
it. And it's actually a good, like, can like a parent and child do it? That would be a
Oh
great
yeah.
activity. So,
A
so many
family
things
affair.
in here. Yeah.
Make it a family affair.
And again, it's going to stick. This is a very historic election, and it's a memory that's going to be embedded in there. See, oh, see,
Yeah.
Juanita, I didn't know all this was going to happen during our session. This is very emotional and wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. All right. So now that we know how why they're so important, how can someone learn more and sign up?
Okay, yes. For more information on how to serve as a poll worker in your community, just visit powerthepolls.org/AARP. The actual poll worker application only takes 2 to 3 minutes to complete. So, not a long application. You
Wow.
can also directly visit the website of the county registrar's office that you would like to work with.
Hmm.
So, two
Okay.
simple ways, 2 to 3 minute application, and you're done.
Okay. So for anybody who has any questions, and this is a great point in the video to share right this second when the information's right
Mhm.
here on the screen, powerthepolls.org/AARP. Now, when we started this series, we said, hey, AARP California has great resources,
Yes.
and they do. They
Yes.
do. A lot of the times it's like we think we know everything. We start going through things. Where can I find answers? AARP California, that's what you guys do. That's what
One
you guys
stop.
do. Yeah, you
Mhm.
provide resources and you're looking out for us even when we don't know that you're looking out for us. So yeah, this is amazing. So when you say the application only takes 2 to 3 minutes, you can
Yes.
find the information here online that the
Mhm.
baby 16 and up can get civically engaged. That's a win, 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 win,
Win.
win.
Yes.
Woo. I love it. So yeah, Gracie has a comment. She said this is a historic election to be a poll worker. You
Mhm.
got that
Oh,
right, Grace.
yeah, that's right.
You got that right.
That's right.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap here. Do you have any last comments for our viewers on the 2020 election?
Well, just a few, Nikki. A friendly reminder of the California key dates.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find these key dates from the Secretary of State website. So, of course, Election Day is November 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Registration deadlines today online, October 19th. By mail, it has to be postmarked by today, October 19th. In person, November 3rd. Absentee ballot deadlines, you can request by October 27th and return by mail postmarked by November 3rd and return in person November 3rd by 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Early voting is October 5th through November 2nd, but the dates and hours may vary based on where you live. You can also register and vote on Election Day. It is important that you vote and vote early. So, Nikki, and to our viewers, I know we shared a lot of information today. So, for top level information about voting in California and details on where you can learn more, visit aarp.org/CA voters, powerthepolls.org/AARP. And or if you prefer to do things by phone, the best line for any election questions or concerns is the California Secretary of State's election line at 800-345-VOTE. Thank you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure we get all the information up here.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
a lot of times, and you might want to write this down because sometimes we have neighbors or
Oh, yeah.
family members that do not, work on the computer. There's a whole lot going
That's
on
right.
technically for them to be able to do all that online. So the phone number is great. The phone
Is the
number, it might not be someone who's here on Facebook to see,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
all this great
That's true.
information that we had. So you might want to write that number down
Yes.
and share the number with neighbors and family members who might need it. So that's 800-345-VOTE, 800-345-VOTE. And also the other website or the other link that we wanted to give you, aarp.org/CA votes.
Yes.
Okay. And was there anything else? Yeah, there's so many things. But hey, if you go to aarp.org, that's always a starting place.
That's a great starting place.
That's always a great starting place. And last but not least, we want everybody to know this one, powerthepolls.org/AARP, because, we have a great opportunity there
Mm-hmm.
to
Yes,
work
we
the
do.
polls. And I was going to ask Juanita, because you said, oh, that it is paid. I was sitting here like, oh, this sounds like a great opportunity. Is it
Yes,
paid?
yes, and the pay varies.
The pay varies, but the opportunity is still big and great.
It is.
So,
It
we
really
want
is.
people to know all this great information and,
Mhm.
make sure that they just get out there.
Yes, get out there.
Yes. So today, with today being the last day to register online,
Yes,
but of course, all is not lost. We can still
yes.
register and vote the day
Mhm.
of.
The day of, yes.
Okay. So this
Hmm.
this is whoo. I hope you guys got all this.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm sweating a little bit. So we got some comments here. Margie says, "Thank you for sharing, Nikki, and Juanita for the information."
Oh,
See,
you're welcome,
the
Margie.
KBLX Nation is nothing but love. Thank you for sharing. Grace, she said, I just shared too. Lots of good information here. Amira says she voted. I already know about Amira.
Oh,
That's our KBLX Nation soul sister right there.
and I know Grace Sonia also.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Tonette, just a side note, she said, hey there, Juanita, looking good.
Hi there, Tonette. Hope this was great information.
Yeah, so we just have to give credit where credit is due. So, KBLX Nation, this is a good look for all of us to say, hey, we are standing
Thank
in
you.
unity. We
Mhm.
are on the same page. We're
Yes.
getting out here and doing this work. All right. Whoo, this is so amazing. So thank you so much for your wonderful warm spirit, Juanita. Thank you for that
You're
popping pink you
welcome.
got on right now. You're just so next time we do this, I'm getting fancy too. I'm just letting y'all know.
Well, thank
I got
you.
the little, I don't know what the decor is
You're
over
looking
here.
fabulous. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. But I got to upgrade like you for next time. So again, visit aarp.org/CA votes if you need that link to, be a poll worker, which is a great idea this year. Powerthepolls.org/AARP. So there's all kind of wonderful top line information at aarp.org about voting
Yes.
in California in the 2020 election. And for more information on becoming a poll worker, we gave them that one already, and helping ensure a safe and secure election. Hallelujah. And I
Yes.
think we should be praying on that too, and lighting sage and
Mhm.
everything that we've got. We're just putting it on here. And so yeah, don't forget to join us next Monday, because the thing is, KBLX Nation, this is a series. A
Yes.
series. You just don't tell somebody something one time.
Yes.
If it's
There's
really
more.
important, you say
There's
it
more.
over and over again, and you give more information. So we learned a whole lot of things that we did not know today, but we're
Yes.
coming back again next Monday with
There's
another
more.
special
There's
guest.
more.
Can you guess who that guest might be next Monday? I got a little tip.
Mm.
Somebody put the bug in my ear. Is somebody Very famous.
Mm.
It's somebody very famous.
Okay, all right.
And very glamorous.
Ooh.
So we'll see. So next Monday, same time, same place, 5:30. We're going to be live here on the KBLX Facebook fan page. It is going to be the third of 4 interviews with AARP California focused on voting and voting safely, whether by mail or in person. Yes, Marjorie says, yes, absolutely, Nikki. Prayer and sage. You know what I'm saying? You got to light up some sage and clear the air. Clear the air. Yep. Grace says, thank you, Juanita. Everybody, thank you for your wonderful energy. Thank you for your continued movement in this. We've had a wonderful time as usual. The one and only, the wonderful, and the very colorfully dressed Juanita Dawson, AARP California Executive Council volunteer.
Thank you. Thank you.
You make me happy.
I had a great time.
This you can bet. I said I was going to sing some Maze.
You did. You
Stood
did.
right beside me. Always the right time for Maze. I won't forget. Oh, we got another comment here. Hold on. Nicole says, good job, Mom. I love you.
Hi there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, KBLX Nation. Your vote, your voice, our fight. Yes, she is fabulous, Grace. Amira said I did some sage this morning before I go to work. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you so much, KBLX Nation. Thank you, Juanita. And you guys share the video so that everybody can be on the same page with us. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Nikki Thomas, afternoons 3 to 8 here on 102.9 KBLX. See ya.